Hey familia, Miranda here, and as you can see from today's thumbnail, I have quite the number of pickups to share with you guys from eBay. I have just been accumulating a bunch of stuff over the past few months or so. So a lot of things that I was interested in and just kind of some random things that kind of popped up and just felt the need to get. So I do have one 4K, I do have a handful of DVDs, a handful of Blu-rays, and of course snappers galore, you guys, because you know me. But yeah, so I'm very excited to share with you guys all of my pickups today. I have already taken everything out of their packaging just to save some time, so let's go on ahead and get into this. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the one 4K that I got, which is actually an upgrade. I had the DVD of this, so jumping from DVD to 4K is awesome, and it's a classic, and that is Stand By Me. I was so happy to get a good deal on this on eBay and finally upgrade because I'd been wanting to. I love this film so much. I grew up watching it, and I'm just happy to have it on 4K in the collection. No, it does not have the slip, which I know is like crazy out of print, but actually I'm okay with that, you guys, because to be honest, I'm not really a fan of the slip. I don't know why, so it's a-okay to not have the slip. I'm just happy to have Stand By Me on 4K in the collection. Alright, so let's go on ahead and get into the Blu-rays. I don't have too many. I have several that are actually upgrades and then some that are new to the collection. So first up, I did go ahead and upgrade Glory Road. I love this film. Hubby loves this film. We watched this at least a few times during the year. So, I mean, it's a great true story. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Next up is this film here called Forever My Girl. So actually back in December when I went to Mexico, this was on TV and I started watching it and I was like super into it, you guys. And then we had to go somewhere, so I did not get to finish watching it, but I think I made it at least like halfway through. And so yeah, I had to get this one so that I could at least finish watching it because like I said, I was really feeling this movie. So looking forward to finally finishing it. These next two that I have, I actually found the DVDs of them at Goodwill a couple months back. And the first one here is this film called Amusement. I don't know, it just looked kind of like some fun. And like I said, I saw that there was the Blu-ray available, so I just passed on the DVD and got this for like super cheap off of eBay and stuff. And it is actually still factory sealed, you guys, but it definitely caught my interest. Looks kind of like some fun maybe, so we'll see. And then this next one, you guys, I never heard of, but for Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer, I had to get this. Like I said, I found the DVD of this. I was a little weary though because the disc was like completely fine except the center, like the inner circle, it was cracked. And I'm so weary when it comes to that because, you know, sometimes they're hard to like pop off. And so I don't want to like, you know, worry about the actual disc like cracking or whatever. So I saw that a Blu-ray was available. And so I've found it for super cheap on eBay, which I'm happy about. And it's this film called Wolf. I don't know why I'd never heard of this, but obviously, I mean, like a werewolf flick, I'm down for that, especially for the cast and everything. If you want to buy this actually new through like Amazon, it is pretty dang expensive. So your best bet is to actually go through eBay. Because I think I paid like $7 for this, and that's not bad at all considering the price it actually goes for. I do believe there's also like an indicator release out there as well. But I am super stoked to check this one out because I do love Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer, so I cannot wait to see that one. Next up, I haven't seen this film in so many years, and it's one that I'd been meaning to add to the collection. Kevin Costner, Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard, factory sealed, so cannot wait to revisit that one. And you're going to actually see, I want to say a few films in here that are from J-Lo because I'm trying to fill out my collection of hers. And for some reason, I always pass on this film, and I guess I just never noticed that she was in it. But we have What to Expect When You're Expecting. I really don't know what to expect with this, to be honest. It's probably kind of cheesy, probably dumb. I don't know. But yeah, she's in it, and it was one that I needed for her collection. So I have that one now. Next up, this one, I don't recall. I think I just literally came across this on eBay as I was looking for other films and stuff, and it immediately caught my interest. It stars Jeff Bridges, and it's this film called White Squall. But yeah, basically it's a film at sea. Jeff Bridges, he is in charge of this like seafaring group of students, and basically they go on this little voyage, but Mother Nature teaches them a lesson and stuff, and so it seemed kind of interesting. I forget, I want to say that this might have been a true story. I could be wrong, but it does also star Scott Wolf, Ryan Philippe, Jeremy Sisto, and Baltasar Getty. So yeah, it just really caught my interest, you guys. I'm looking forward to checking that one out. Then I did go ahead and upgrade Medea's Big Happy Family, one of my Tyler Perry films that I still need to upgrade, as well as Why Did I Get Married 2. I do have the first one already on Blu-ray. I think I still need to upgrade Single Moms Club. That might be the only one. I'm not too sure. But yeah, you guys know I love my Tyler Perry, so I'm upgrading everything. And then this one too, you guys. This film I upgraded because I absolutely loved it the first time I watched it. It's a very underrated flick, and that is The Whackness with Josh Peck. It was kind of interesting to see him go from something like Nickelodeon to doing this movie, because its character literally plays a drug dealer who goes around with like kind of like an ice cream cart selling drugs. He even like is the dealer to his shrink that he goes to. He ends up falling for his shrink's like stepdaughter, who's played by Olivia Thirlby, and I just felt like Thirlby and Peck, they had some great chemistry in this film. It is kind of like a rom-com in a way, but also like a drama and all that. So you have a good mix of emotions here in this film. But yeah, Josh Peck was really great in this, you guys. I'm surprised how much I enjoyed him in this. You know, like I said, coming from Nickelodeon and stuff like that, like Drake and Josh, you know. So definitely, if you have not seen this one, check it out. The cast is freaking awesome. Like I said, you have Ben Kingsley, he plays the shrink. Josh Peck, Famke Janssen, Olivia Thirlby, Mary-Kate Olsen, and Method Man are in here. So excellent cast. All right, so like I said, you're going to be seeing J-Lo again. We are moving into the DVDs now. So I did go ahead and pick up Border Town. I've not seen this one, but it's definitely one that I am very curious about. So looking forward to checking that one out. And then this one, surprisingly, I did not have in the collection. Really needed this one, and that is Enough. I really enjoyed this one, you guys. Great flick, great performance from her. I still have a little handful that I still need to get of hers. I know like the U-Turn Blu-ray is crazy out of print, so I don't see myself getting that one anytime soon. There's another film of hers that I need. I think it only has a DVD, and I think it's called like Blood and Wine or something like that along those lines. An Unfinished Life Blu-ray, I still need to see about getting that one. And then I do also still need Money Train and Jersey Girl. And I think that'll pretty much complete my collection for J-Lo, obviously except for anything that she has on streaming. But now I have Enough and Border Town as well. Next up, so these next two are actually my buddy Bryce, you guys know him on here on YouTube as Y2K Basis 19. While back, he placed an order with Dark Side Records, and he got a couple DVDs, and they both really caught my interest. And I went back to the site to see if they still had them available. Unfortunately, they didn't. So I managed to track them both down on eBay. So I'm happy to have these and be able to check them out. This one I really wanted for Jessica Alba, and plus the storyline of this film just seemed very interesting, very intriguing. It's a film called Paranoid. So we have that one. And then this one I wanted for Keira Knightley. This one too was another storyline that just kind of caught my interest. And it's this film called Pure. All right, this next film I'm actually super excited about. Shout outs to Dell On Movies. He had actually recommended this film in a video that he did, and it was one that I'd never heard of, but being the fan of Gael Garcia Bernal that I am, I had to pick this up, you guys. Is one of his films that I did not know about. It does have to do with LGBTQ, and it's this film here called Bad Education, and I did go ahead and get the original uncut NC-17 version here, you know, to kind of get the full experience. But yeah, basically Gael's character is a drag queen in here, and I guess it goes on to tell a story about his struggles, you know, when he was younger and stuff, like in the Catholic school, and you know, the scandals and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it just really caught my interest, and like I said, I love Gael Garcia Bernal so much, you guys. So this one I'm super happy to add into the collection and looking forward to checking it out. So again, shout outs to Dell On Movies for bringing this into the spotlight for me. Then I came across this film here. Again, this was one that I never heard of, and I just kind of randomly popped up there on eBay, and so I wanted to go ahead and get it because of the cast in here. You do have Jordan Sparks and Anthony Mackie, Jennifer Hudson's in here, and it's this film called Mr. and Pete. And this film basically has to do with this friendship that's created by these two boys here. They're basically both kind of going through the same situation. I think both of their moms are incarcerated, and so they're pretty much, I guess, kind of just living on the streets. They're, you know, trying to avoid protective services, the cops, gangs, the projects, all that and stuff. And so it's just about, you know, them bonding. So it seemed kind of interesting. Thought it would be something that I would enjoy, so went ahead and snagged that. And then yeah, shout outs to FilmAddiction for bringing this one back into the spotlight for me. So he recently got one of those mystery boxes from Second and Charles, and this film was in it, and I'd completely forgotten about this film, you guys. This is one that I remember watching a lot back in the day, but as the years have passed, I guess kind of forgot about it. But you have Vanessa Williams and Chayanne in this film here called Dance With Me. I don't know how well it's held up, but like I said, I remember liking this one back in the day, so I'm very curious to revisit this one. We'll see, you know, like I said, if it's held up or not. But yeah, I was happy to, you know, get this one back on the radar and stuff. So yeah, I was just very surprised to see that he got this in the box. So I thought that was really cool. And so it was just a reminder that, yeah, I definitely need to see about getting this one. So happy to have it in the collection now. Then we have this film here that stars Ethan Hawke and Gwyneth Paltrow and Robert De Niro, and it's this film called Great Expectations. Just one that caught my interest, so looking forward to checking that one out. As well as this one. This one too, you have a great cast in this, and that is The Dead Girl. In this one, you have Rose Byrne, Toni Collette, James Franco, Marcia Gay Harden, Brittany Murphy's in here, Giovanni Ribisi, Mary Steenburgen, and Kerry Washington. So excellent cast in this one. Another one too that just kind of captured my interest. So yeah, we got that one. All right, so when I did my Sandra Bullock collection video, a lot of you had mentioned that I needed to see this film, and yeah, that it was definitely one of her really good ones, definitely earlier in her career and everything. And it's this film here, Love Potion #9. So I did go ahead and get it so I could check it out for you guys. But yeah, lots of people had recommended this one in the video that I did, and even on Facebook and the groups and stuff like that. So yeah, got that one. The next few that I have here actually films are in Spanish. So first up, these are all ones that I've been wanting for the collection. You guys know me, I'm always trying to add films in Spanish to the collection, you know, like Mexican cinema, stuff like that. And first off, we have this film. It is called Ladrón que roba ladrón, or as they translate here, To Rob a Thief. And yeah, basically it's a heist flick. We have these group of people that they kind of infiltrate into this wealthy guy's home and everything to steal back like money and all that, because he's kind of been stealing from the community and stuff, like through his products and whatnot. So it's a really good, fun flick. It's pretty funny, you guys. It's a good little heist flick. So recommend this one if you've never seen it. Next up, we have this film here called Inspiración. It stars Bárbara Mori and Arad de la Torre. They're famous, you know, for like the Mexican soap operas and stuff that they've been in and whatnot. But yeah, I remember seeing this like once or twice back in the day. Don't really remember too much on it, but I know it is like a rom-com of some sort. So do have that one. And then this one here, this one I really enjoyed, you guys. This one I just randomly watched on TV one time, and I've been wanting it for the collection for like the longest time ever. Stars Jaime Camil, and that is this film called Recién Casado, which kind of translates to Recently Hunted. Doesn't really make any sense, I know. I forgot, I know Bryce, he had actually hauled this the other day, and it had like a different title. I forget what the heck it said. Something I don't know. But anyway, it translated it weird. That's the thing with like Spanish movies, that they translate the titles very weirdly. It doesn't really make sense. But this one, you guys, it's a fun kind of like little revenge type rom-com, if you will. So I'll leave it at that, you guys. But it's a fun one. I do recommend you check this one out. All right, you guys, so moving into the snapper goodness. So you guys know me, if you've been with me for a minute, I love my snappers. I have a constantly growing snapper collection, you guys, and I'm just always looking for new ones to add to the collection, and even ones that I may already have on Blu-ray. I don't care. I want it in a snapper too, you guys, because I love my snappers. They're so nostalgic. I just love the whole like snapping like sensation and all of that, and even sometimes they have some pretty cool artwork and whatnot, and sometimes there are some that may only be available in DVD and in a snapper. So, you know, best believe I need it for the collection. But I don't know, lately when I've gone out like thrifting and stuff, or to these library sales, I'm really only finding snappers that I already have in the collection. And so I've kind of had to resort to eBay and finding snappers that I want. So well, yeah, I do have a handful here today. So if you watched my Groove haul, I had mentioned that this film was supposed to come as a snapper, and it didn't, and I was super disappointed. So I did go ahead and find it through eBay, and that is Volunteers here with the snapper. This one is actually factory sealed, you guys. So I'm happy to have it now in a snapper, because yeah, I was super disappointed when my Groove package came and it was not in a snapper case. So we got that one. Next up, it's been a while since I've seen this one, but we have The Players Club. This is one that I've been super curious about. You do have Vincent D'Onofrio, Val Kilmer, and Peter Sarsgaard in here, and it's this film here called The Salton Sea. Seemed like a pretty good thriller, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. This one, I hear some cheesy fun, so I cannot wait to give this one a watch, but we have Joe's Apartment. It really looks kind of pretty cheesy, you guys. This one for the baseball collection, Delroy Lindo's in it, and also Blair Underwood, and it's this film here called Soul of the Game. I've never seen this one. I found out about this one, I think, like last year, and so it's just kind of been, you know, sitting there in my eBay, you know, cart and stuff. So yeah, I finally got this one, and factory sealed as well. This is one that I've always heard about, but I have never had the chance to watch this. Robin Williams, Edward Norton, Danny DeVito in Death to Smoochie. So yeah, this looks like some fun, you guys. So I can't wait to check that one out. Then this one, I'd never even heard of this film. And of course, I found out about this one shortly after I did my football movie collection. But it's this one here called Hometown Legend. So yeah, football movie. Don't know much about it other than it's a football movie. It is factory sealed, so we got that one. Next up is this film here that I really got for, well, I guess you could say most of the cast anyways. You have John Leguizamo here, Rosario Dawson, Rosie Perez, Michael Rappaport, and Marissa Tomei is also in here. And it's this film here called King of the Jungle. Now, this one, I don't think I've ever watched it all the way through, so now I get to, and that is Grind. And then this movie, I'd never even freaking heard of. And I've never even ever like seen anybody talk about this film at all. But it was a snapper. It was one I didn't have. And I don't know. I'm curious, you guys. It's this film here called A Zebra in the Kitchen. I have no idea. It's a weird freaking title. But yeah. Trying to remember who the heck is in here. I'm not sure. I don't recognize any of the names on the back. But I remember seeing some name like online that... that I had remembered, but I forget who the heck it was now, so I don't know. Next up is this film here called Prince Charming. You do have Martin Short in here, Christina Applegate, so yeah, looks pretty, I don't know, interesting, I guess you could say. Typical kind of Prince Charming type story, I guess. Then we have this one here that has Tom Hanks, Bruce Willis, and Melanie Griffith in this film here called The Bonfire of the Vanities. Another one factory sealed. This one too just recently came to light maybe a couple months ago, and so yeah, I just had to get it. And then the next up here is this film called Rosewood, which this one I've always kind of heard of, but never gotten around to seeing it. And actually I was surprised this one came in a snapper. I didn't expect that because I just ordered it and it came in a snapper. So yeah, that was kind of cool. So we got Rosewood. And last but not least, so technically, I already had the DVD of this, but I really wanted the snapper because sometimes what I do is if I have the DVD of it, but it's available in a snapper, since I keep my snapper separate from the rest of my DVDs, then I can just get rid of the other DVD and kind of create space on my DVD shelf for more DVDs. That makes sense, you guys. So I did go ahead and snag Life as a House. I love this film, you guys, so much. Very underrated. Such great performances throughout. First time I saw this was on a bus in Mexico. I forget even how old I was, but yeah, it took me years to figure out the name of this film because somehow I missed it in the beginning of the film. Like, I don't even think he listed it when they like started showing the movie. I don't know. But anywho, yeah, it took me years to figure out the name of this film, and you know, was finally able to track it down some years back. And so yeah, I did have the DVD, but since the snapper's available, you guys, I just had to get the snapper. But yeah, you guys. So the weird thing though about this is that I ordered this and the person, well, you know, the seller, they didn't like ship it out or anything. Like, it was taking days. They never responded. I didn't get any tracking information and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I like contacted the person. Like, it had been like a couple weeks, and I contacted the person and still no reply or whatever. And then I had, you know, like eBay like step in, be like, you know, that I hadn't received my order, it hadn't been shipped or anything like that. I guess they didn't get a reply back either from the seller. And so they refunded me, and somehow the seller still managed to ship me the, you know, movie here after I already got my refund and everything. So I guess it ended up being a win-win for me. So life as a house. So that is it, you guys. Those are all of my eBay pickups. I'm pretty set for right now, you guys. I don't think I'm gonna be getting really anything more from eBay soon. So yeah, you guys. So let me know your thoughts on these pickups, you guys. If you guys have seen any of these films, I would love to hear your thoughts on them. Any ones that I like haven't seen, you know, which one should I jump on? Because yeah, I definitely have a lot of watching here to do, you guys, for real. But yeah, I'm very happy with all of my pickups and excited to dive into some of these. Thank you guys so much for watching. Join the family if you have not, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.